Good evening, guys. How are we all doing out there this evening? Quite quiet on the Chelsea front today. Very, very interesting stuff about Didier Drogba, saying pretty much that he feels that the new owners of Chelsea are lacking a bit of class, and that they're doing things in a completely different way. Well, in terms of ownership of our beautiful football club, it is true there is a contrast, a different way of doing things. It is pretty much chalk and cheese. I think Todd Bowley is the classic American, where he's very proactive. He likes to get things done. I'm not saying that Roman didn't, but obviously Bowley's very, very putting himself out there, very loud, very brash, and it's just it's the way Americans view life in general. And then the Russian, as we know, Roman, who liked to do things very quietly, didn't like to sort of do any interviews, and kept his private life as best he possibly can to himself. So it was rather kind of a mysterious ownership under Roman. It was like sort of less is more, if you like. The least you know about him, the more you want to know about him. So there's definite differentials in between how the club is run now as opposed to how it was run before. But of course, Didier's massive friendship, of course, with Bruce Buck and Marina Gabeschaya, and of course his big mate, Big Pete Petacek. So he's saying how he feels, and everyone's entitled to an opinion. I guess we have to look at it for what it is. We are in a different world regardless, and Todd Bowley is going to be very proactive in everything he does. I want to say also congratulations to Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema. It's nice that it's not going to a Messi or Ronaldo, not that he ever was this year, but it's nice that we're seeing someone different, and he completely and utterly deserved it last season in the Champions League. He was absolutely superb, magnificent. Let's be honest, how Madrid got to the final was beyond anything. They played the best three clubs in England, Chelsea, Manchester City and Liverpool, and they come back from the death on every single occasion. At one point we were minutes away from going through, and as we all know what happened, and of course he scores in extra time. It's a class act, absolute class act. And then look at the way they come back from the death against Manchester City in the semi-final. That's just incredible, just absolutely Roy the Raver sort of stuff, And of course the final, they beat Liverpool, who were pound for pound probably the best side in Europe at that time. Three absolute quality, three heavyweights of the English game, the three best sides, from England. And they had that little bit of lady luck, of course, but Benzema was massively influential. So congratulations to him. It is a thoroughly deserved honour for him, and as I say, congratulations, well done to him. Now, something happened to me today, and it kind of made me smile. Listen, I don't like globalism, as most people know. I just don't like the whole process of globalism, because it's all about greed. It's all about a very, very tiny percentage of people getting ultra wealthy. And the thing with globalism is it's a monopoly. You tend to find that you have these one or two or three massive companies that indirectly are all owned by another big corporation. If you check out BlackRock, they own most companies. They're the biggest shareholders in the top 30 companies of the world. And actually, when you do your own due diligence, you realise that most of these huge companies, big corporations, and everything is a corporation, by the way, even political parties, and even yourself, which I will talk to you about at some other stage. But you can't avoid it, you know. It's just something you can't do. I mean, Tesco's is where I tend to shop in terms of where I get my petrol. And that most mornings it's the same thing. It's the nearest garage to me, and it's something I've been doing quite a number of years now. So you get to know people behind the counter. Anyway, what I have noticed in the last week and a half to 2 weeks is where they normally had the 5 tills. 4 of them now have changed to these big square kind of big screens now, where it's self-service and it's all cashless, like, you know. And what was incredible today when I went in to go and pay for my my petrol, you know, that the queue was snaking around the shop, and this one person, like, was literally, you know, all on her own, bless her, but then you had the machines there set to replace people like her, which she will be replaced in the end herself once everyone's got used to the whole idea. You know, someone said to me, one of the security guards, he said to me, "Why aren't you using the machine?" You know, he was saying it to everyone, trying to quicken it because the queue was going all the way around the shop and that. And I just said to him, "Well, you know, it's about protecting people's jobs, mate. I'd rather have a conversation with someone, you know, not do the job for them. And let's have it right. You buy their plastic bags with their logos and their crests and their, you know, on the side, so you actually, effectively, you actually pay them to advertise for them. And there we have 4 tills, screens unused, and it's just getting rid of people. And that's basically where we're going in a bigger scale over the next 10 years, where everything will be done through a digital platform, you know. As I said, 2030 and United Nations agenda. But as I say, I will talk to you about that even more. But it was really pleasing, you know, from a humanitarian perspective, to see those tills empty, and it was the real sort of, like, you know, finger up, like, you know, it's a big powerful corporation like Tesco's, like, you know. And I did say to the guy who was doing the security and that, I said, "Listen, mate, you'll be replaced soon anyway." And that's the way I'll go. You won't have anyone in there. You use the pumps, either pay it on your card direct from the pump, or you'll go into a shop with nobody in there, not even security, because if anyone was to steal anything, you'd all be under camera. And of course our ID, because it will all be done with our eyes, in the same way in which it is when you go through any international airport now. It's what's called iris. I mean, you probably do it yourself, like, you know, tapping into your own bank account or whatever, and it comes up with facial recognition. Well, trust me, guys, you know, we've already condemned ourselves to this new world order, so to speak. So, you know, we all know where it's going and that, but I must say today it was rather pleasing to see people actually opting to actually speak to the human being. And those things are going. I mean, I remember 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you could walk in a bank and speak to the bank manager, you know, or over the telephone, even your own GP. Now it's an automated service, and invariably you're speaking to a robot, you know. You know, it's all run by AI. Most trading now is done by AI. You know, but I'll talk about that in some more length. But as I say, it was a very pleasing moment today in Tesco, like, you know. But there you go, guys. But as I say, congratulations to Karim Benzema. Rather interesting stream tonight on Minerals FC. It was an old bit of a debate about Mason Mount and that. And we'll check that one out, guys, because it got rather heated at one stage. Old Lewis from CFC Fans TV was on it, and Johnny Minerals. It was quite an interesting one, like, you know. So check that one out. It was it's worth a watch, like, you know. Anyway, guys, I will speak to you very soon. Up to Chelsea, and I'll do a video pretty soon, reference the Bees and Brentford FC and our forthcoming game, against them. Up the Chelsea. Much love.